myself. Take me right back to the start.
Now then, we are back for another roster video, and we are getting close to the end, sadly, of the help video rosters, where we basically have a look at a couple of rosters to start off with, and then we skill them up and show you how and why we do that. My name's Ben Buffon, and obviously I've been doing various videos, and obviously I've done 22 videos on different races and giving you starting rosters and help and all that sort of stuff. Today we are going to be looking at Undead, and then we're finally down to the last team, what's going to be Norse. What I'll try maybe do today or tomorrow, so we'll have it all wrapped up in the next 24 hours. And the thing is, well, they're all in, if you subscribe or just go to my channel, they're all put together in a folder, so they're all there, easy for you to have a look at, and whichever race you're interested in, feel free to have a look. So so yeah, it's pretty good. I'd just like to thank everybody who subscribed already and viewed my videos. It really is great to see so many people having a look at it, and hoping that the videos have helped many of you to go in a direction what helps you get more wins. So jolly good. So anyway, let's get cracking then with the Undead, and let's start off with the first roster. This actually is a roster as well, what the computer actually picks for you as well. It's a solid one. You start off with your 3 teaming roles. You got yourself your 2 mummies, what are obviously vital, your two block whites, 3 ghouls, and 4 zombies. Obviously with Undead, ghouls are a lot more important than they are in a necromancer team, so you do need at least a couple of them to start off with, because they're going to be your ball carriers and get your speed. Because obviously mummies are going to be bashing stuff, and your whites are, they're going to be killing stuff or supporting the mummies, and then your zombies will do all your other dangerous, dodgy tasks. But I think this is a really nice balanced setup. You basically get a bit of everything you need, and you get 3 rerolls. What's not to like about a team like this? This really is a very, very nice team. The other option we're going to have a look at, basically what this does, it's a bit more riskier because you only have 2 rerolls and you only have 2 ghouls, but you get a very nice bench of 2 zombies. So basically, straight off the bat, you've got the option to foul quite a bit against newer teams, because a lot of newer teams are only going to have 11 players. So especially if you come against these nice, tasty AV7 teams like the Elves and that, like War Dancers and all that sort of stuff, get them on the floor. You can go to town on them, because you know even if you got sent off, you've got 2 guys on the bench ready to come on next drive. So this is basically a roster for people who like to have depth in their team and like to foul and really put pressure on the opposition. You see quite a lot when people start fouling, it really does sometimes change the mentality of your opponent. Like, for instance, what else? Do I really want to risk putting a War Dancer in there? Because I know for a fact if it goes on the floor, there's a very good chance he's going to get stamped on, and with armor 7, I could end up losing a War Dancer. So, you know, it's that sort of mentality. And obviously, the guy knowing you've got 2 guys on the bench knows it's not a problem. You'll just keep doing it. Calcium Cass is very good with this tactic. He uses dead players a lot. He will foul the living daylight out of it. He doesn't care on TVs. He'll have 14, 15 of his Chaos Warriors. And the amount of times people will concede to that sort of onslaught is amazing. So, you know, that is the other option as well. Especially in like the competition ladders, getting 3 concede wins is great, because obviously you get double money, double MVP, and if they've conceded, obviously for the rest of the game, you're obviously not going to get injuries because it's finished. So it's win-win-win. So this is that sort of build where you can go straight off the bat and foul to your heart's content. And obviously if you do lose a few players early, at least you know that you've got the 2 zombies to come in. And obviously don't forget, if you kill one, as long as they're strength 4 under and they're not a star player, then you're going to get an extra zombie as well. So fantastic. The only other option you could do is swap a zombie out for a skeleton if you wish. They are only armor 7, but they do come with thick skull, and they do move 5 instead of 4, so it gives you a little bit more speed. So that is the other option you can do as well. But yeah, so this isn't a bad thing. The only thing I don't like about this is the reroll. You know, I mean, let's have a look. What we could do I mean, it is a bit risky. You could get rid of your Ghoul. Let's just get a skeleton just because we haven't got one. And there you go. You still got your 13 players. Bang, a reroll. Oh, the 70k. I thought it was 50. Well, no, we can't do that then. That sucks. So no. So we'd have to go with unfortunately, we'll have to go with that. For some reason, I thought it was 50k. God, that's wishful thinking on an undead team. Crikey. So we'll go back to how we had it. What you could do, let's have a look. Cool. What you could do, because you only got the 2 team rerolls, and what I like to do if I've got 20k left over, I'll put bang one on the cheerleader, one on the coach assistant, and don't forget we don't need an apothecary because we've got necromancer. So then, if there is a if there is a kickoff event of cheerleaders or your coach assistants, you've got +1 to it regardless. So it gives you a better chance to get an extra reroll to your team. So that's the other way you can do it. But there you go. Obviously, out of the 2, if I was going to the champions ladder, I'd probably take the first one just because it's the one when I do play Undead, I'm just used to. It just gives me a bit of maneuverability with 3 Ghouls. I've got my Mummies. I've got my blockers. And like I said, because if you have a car crash early doors in the cup, you can also rinse and repeat and start again. So that's the reason why. I think the other option is a lot better in a private league where you can't reset, because obviously this will give you a bit more depth. So if it was a private league, I'd probably go with this. I really would. But in the cup where you can rinse and repeat, I'd go with option 1. So there you go. So you picked your roster. So how do we level them up? Well, we're going to show you. Both your mummies are obviously key to your key to your plans. They're the guys who dominate the middle with their strength 5 mighty blow. They are fantastic. Arm and Arn, they're just great. Obviously they only move 3, but if they're in the middle and they're scrapping, then there shouldn't be a problem. Straightforward to level up as well. On a normal roll, guard, stand firm should be first 2. No doubt about it. They're the 2 skills that helps your team. Guard, you need desperately, and stand firm keeps them in place. If at any time you roll double, then obviously block is the skill you need. And the good thing about these strength 5 guys is they don't have the loner, so it makes them very reliable. Now, on this one, I've given them the cheeky diving tackle if they roll a second double. Because again, we're going on the standard cage with all the corners. You crash into the cage, take the corner piece out, you stood next to the ball carrier, and you strength 5. Yeah. So he could possibly 2 red die blocker. But if he gets narrow, you're just going to stand firm anyway. So he basically need a power dodge bow to get rid of you. So it can happen, but more times than not, you're going to get away with it. It can dodge out the way, but again, you've got damn tackle, so it's a -2. Or you can try and get someone else to push you out the way, but again, you're going to have help from your undead colleagues to make sure it's a 2 red die block in your favour more times than not. So yeah, it's good. I mean, because obviously the obvious choice would be dodge. So you got blodge, stand firm was fantastic. So I wouldn't put you off that. But again, what I try and do on my videos, I just try and show you a little bit different to what normal builds are like. And like I said, diamond tackle is man's, especially on a basher team with agility 3. Or can you imagine a thrower? Agility 2? Having one of these next to him with diamond tackle? Pfft, good luck with that. The only other strength skill I quite like is multiple block. As long as you've got an assist, like a guard assist in there, you're going to throw 2 blocks at 2 pieces with mighty blow. That's always useful. So that is another skill I would look at. But that is a really nice piece. This one is more likely, like we said before, you still go with guardians down firm. If you roll double, go block. If you roll another double, you could go dodge and break tackle. So basically, you are breaking into a cage on a 4+ with a built-in reroll. Very nice. I think personally the other option is safer to try and put pressure on the ball carrier, where this one, if it does happen, you're going to get 2 dice on the ball carrier, what's always nice. Plus it gives you the defensive safety of having blodge, strength 5, stand guard is fantastic. So this is probably more of your standard build you would go with. But like I said, both builds are very, very good. Take you a while to get them, but like I said, Get them built up, because the mummies to me are key to a good undead team. They're the guys who've got to hold the middle together. And obviously having stand firm as well helps them in the cage, means they can't get pushed away. So, now then, whites. Now, whites, oh god, to me, you've got to have a killer, at least one killer on a undead team. Where with Necro, you've got your werewolves who do most of the blitzing. You don't have wolves, obviously, on an undead team, so these guys are the guys who've got to go around and do the damage. So you definitely need one of these straight away. So Mighty Blow off the bat, piling on next, then Tackle, and then you can go a Frenzy or Dauntless. I like Dauntless for a case, because sometimes you're going to be taking on Strength 4 pieces like Sauruses, Black Orcs, Vampires. So I think it's good to try and get Dauntless in later on. Frenzy is good, because it gives you 2 chances. The problem is, though, you can get yourself into a Frenzy trap. The problem is you're only Strength 3. So that is the other option. I'm just going to pop back, because as always, I always forget about the characters' stat ups. Movement, I'd be tempted to take. Strength, definitely. What would I? Probably not. I'd probably go block on a double, because I think the potential of getting 2 doubles on a mummies outweighs strength 6. Armor I wouldn't take, and agility I wouldn't take. So there you go. Right, on to the whites again. So obviously with whites, movement I probably wouldn't take. Strength definitely. Agility definitely. Armor I'd take later on. But yeah, you need, really you could just build 2 like this. You definitely need 1. You definitely need someone who can enforce, because you still need to try and take players off the pitch. The second one is slightly flipped the other way, because obviously he starts off. It depends. You can either start with guard or go with tackle. If he goes with tackle, he's the guy who's going to be out the back, or he's going to be near the just behind your defensive line. He's going to try and take out the blodgers, because you don't have any tackle in this team early though, so it would be the worst thing to give him that. Otherwise, you give him guard, and then you've got a couple of options. Mighty Blow will help him to do more damage, or stand firm, what would help keeping him in place with the guard, helping his team out, and obviously would be more useful, and also helps him with things like not getting sapped and stuff like that. After these skills, you've got a few options. You can go Mighty Blow, you can go piling on, so obviously he's very similar to the other one, so basically he's just as dangerous. And on a double, you could go dodge, again just for the protection wise. But you really sort of want your 2 blitzers very similar built, because they're going to be doing a lot of the moving about, trying to take out the juicy low armor targets. Right, ghouls. So undead can have 4 ghouls, and these are very, very important. They do break very easily though, because they only armor 7 and they don't get regen. So that is a major problem. So let's go through. First of all, your cage breaking Ghoul. Obviously start with wrestle, then get leap, and then strip ball and tackle. The problem is obviously it's a 50-50 jump into a cage with only having agility 3, armor 7. Could be dangerous. You definitely would like agility on this guy. Strength is beautiful as well. But you may even think, leap is a bit too risky, so I'll just go wrestle, strip ball, tackle. Again, that'd be fine. You could change leap to sidestep instead. That'd be another use. But I always think it's good to have one of these guys built like this, because obviously you can even out the back, and if someone goes potato in or someone's trying to run away, you can go after them. And obviously if you've got a combination of wrestle, strip ball and tackle, more times than not you're going to get the ball loose. And that's basically what this guy's built to do. The next one is another defensive build. Obviously, you've seen this quite a lot. Blodge, sidestepping, diving tackle. Really nice combination. You've just got to be careful, though, with the AB7 that you're best, unless you have to, mark up pieces with tackle or killy skills like Mighty Blow and piling on, because you really are risking it, because powers do happen. But obviously, it's still a nice piece to have. Obviously, Blodge, sidestep, diving tackle. Like I say, if people have been watching my videos, pass block later on is fantastic. My good old skill of keeping them out the back. Someone throws to their receiver, pass block kicks in. You move 3 squares. You try and get in front and try and get the intercept. If you can't, just mark the guy up. It's a -1 for the guy to catch it, and if he just catch it, it's still going to dodge away on with a -2 thanks to the diving tackle. If he tries to blitz you out the way and he doesn't roll a pow or he doesn't get you down, then you use your sidestep and keep next to him. fantastic build, this, and is a pain in the backside. And, you know, they are really good. You just got to be careful and be smart when to mark up, because, like I say, AB7 is always a bit dicey, and you've got no regen. This guy's basically your runner. Obviously, you need at least one of these, because obviously the undead teams use their ghouls to run the ball. There's nobody else. The whites are trying to beat people and kill people. The mummies are trying to hold the middle. Zombies obviously can't, or skeletons can't do it, so it's left to these guys to score. Obviously, staff with block, so you've got blodge. I'd then take sure hands, because obviously for strip ball and stuff like that. Plus, it doesn't burn rerolls when you're trying to pick the ball up. And then I'd look at sure feet sprint, because obviously potential movement of 10 with a built-in reroll is always nice. And I'm a big fan of kick off return. Probably not as needy on this guy, because he is movement 7. But I just think, you know what, if you can get under the ball, catch it, and you got a nice movement of 7, especially if you've got sure feet and sprint, get yourself right into that deep into the territory and get him locked into a cage nice and safe early. And then after that, it means you're not actually having to move that far to actually be in position to score. The other option as well, a good thing with kick off return, if it is a great kick from, say, from Woodies or anything like that, and say for instance they even get the defense blitz, at least this guy will move 3 squares close to the ball to try and put a tackle zone around it, or if it's deep, to try and get near it. So obviously, as soon as they've had their turn, you're going to have a good chance you're going to be near the ball, or you've caught the ball, and then you can run past them and get into a cage. So kick-off return is a really good thing to get later on. I think this build's fantastic. Again, strength or agility would be a lifesaver on this. Armor, I would take later on when I've got him there, when I've got him a bit more developed. Because at the end of the day, like I said on most of my videos, if he's the ball carrier, your job is to protect him and not get him hit. It's as simple as that. And the other thing as well, if I've got the other goals, this guy, I'd sort of be tempted to keep only for offensive drives, because you've still got 3 goals to defend with. You'd be disastrous if you lost this guy on defense, especially in the first half, and then you have to go the second half running trying to run the ball with one of your defensive goals. Yes, goals are all pretty good. The move 7, but it's always best to give to the guy who's built to score, and this guy definitely is. Other skills to look at is sidestep, because obviously it helps against counter surf, and if you do get hit, you can actually manipulate to where you need to be. So that is also a good skill as well. This guy basically is if he rolls a double, you give him guard, and he goes around basically where guard is needed. Very nice little build. This, I think it was Demented or so, used one of these to great effect, where his Ghoul would dive about all over the place, and he'd stick the guard in there where it was needed. And like I said, other skill. Obviously, you want block to obviously give him blodge. Sidestep's really good as well, because even if you try and push him away, you could use sidestep, so he's still assisting pieces with his guard. Really nice, low skilled, no frills Ghoul who can be developed to do many things after this. There's so many things you can do. And like I say, strength and agility is fantastic on this guy. And this is a guy, if I'd had these set of skills, if I rolled armor next, I'd be slightly tempted to take it, because I'm thinking, you know what, this guy's going to be a bit more physical. He's got to be helping his mate out. So after these 3 skills, if I'd rolled armor next, I'd probably take it, if I'm being honest. Because this is a guy who's probably going to get hit a bit more, and he's going to be in the thick of it. And people will attack him because there's a Ghoul, and they know he's got no regen, and he's only armor 7, so I think out of all the pieces on this team, this would be the guy I'd probably take armor for. But again, I wouldn't take it until he had these skills. Could possibly take it before sidestep, but I definitely would want block and guard first. But again, I stress, guard needed on the double. So there's your goals, there's your whites, and obviously then there's obviously mummies. Now we're down to the good old skeletons and zombies, and people will tell you go skeletons, go zombies. Well, one thing people seem to agree with is skeletons are better for fouling, because they've got that extra square movement to foul. So if you know you're definitely going to have dirty players, then obviously the skeletons are the better ones for it. And again, for 60k, a dirty player is fantastic. Obviously, it makes him last longer, because when he does get sent off, at least he ain't going to get splattered. So, and obviously he's got thick skull as well, so, although he's got only armor 7, he's got a 50% chance of staying on the pitch on a knockout. So this guy is pretty good, and I would be looking at 2 of these in my team. I'd be wanting to foul all day, especially when I've got a bench. And these are a pain in the backside. And you'll see your opposition try and take these guys out pretty early. And the good thing about that is if he's trying to take them out, he ain't taking your mummies out, he ain't taking your whites out, and he ain't taking your ghouls out. So get a couple of them for definite. This builds obviously the staple diet of kick and block. Kick is an interesting skill with this guy because obviously you do have 4 ghouls. It just depends how brave you are with your ghouls. If you like to put them up there ready to try and get a defensive blitz or put pressure on straight away, then kick is definitely what you need. You don't have to have kick, but if you're one of those guys who likes to try and get to the ball carrier before he gets into a cage, then you know this is for you. The good thing about Undead is they can cage break really well with the 2 mummies. So you know it's not a desperate thing, but it can never hurt to have kick, in my opinion. Obviously, if you roll a double, guard is what you need. Forget Mighty Blow and every other really interesting skill. Guard is what to get, because this team needs guard. The more guard you can get on your zombies or skeletons, the better your team will be. 2 or 3 of these bad boys with guard is unbelievable. Really, really nice. If you can get, I don't know, 5, 6 pieces on your team with guard, bear in mind 2 of them are strength 5, you're going to be rolling down that pitch a lot better with the help of a couple of zombies and ghouls and that with guard. So, yeah, roll a double has to be, my honest opinion, guard. It's a no-brainer. These guys go on the line of scrimmage, wrestle, then fend. They're great because obviously they put the opposition player down. And like I said before in a few other videos, that usually the guys are on the opponent's front line are usually their best players, like the killy players. So if you can drag one of their better players down, that's great. And obviously if you can manipulate your 10, you could end up fouling one of their better players. Because especially things with chaos and all that, they always have the mighty blow pieces, claw pieces, piling on pieces. You know, some of your really good pieces. If you can drag one of those bad boys down and stamp on it, fantastic. And obviously when after 3, 4 turns and try and knock these guys down and wrestle them down, gives you more potential while the other guy's on the floor to just stamp all over him. So I really, really like this build, and obviously I would definitely try and get 3 of these guys. The more of your opposition you can get on the floor, the better, because you've got dirty players who are itching to stamp all over them. And obviously, if they're on the floor, it opens up bigger gaps for your guys to go through. So I really, really like this build, and I strongly recommend getting 3 of these guys built up as soon as you can. Obviously, there's a deck play just with a skeleton. We've already been through that one. Here's just another option. If this guy's got to be looking to get 3 level ups. Obviously, another way you can use a skeleton is slightly behind your defensive line, and because he's a bit more quicker than a zombie, it can be out there. He's got block, he's got tackle, he's got strip ball. So, you know, it's something. I mean, I had a necro. I think it was a zombie, and obviously he just had block and tackle, and the amount of times he came up big for me was amazing. You know, I think he helped me win. He did a massive play on one of the times, and it helped me win the game because he had tackle. You know, don't ever underestimate tackle. It's such a good skill. So block, tackle, strip ball to me is really, really nice. And I mean, you could go wrestle, tackle, strip ball if you really want to. That's the other option you get. Like I say, I like to have my goals out the back where they're out of trouble. But if you want one of these, it wouldn't hurt. So I'm just showing you another build you can go on. And that's basically it. You know, they're not that hard to really skill up in the way that it's quite straightforward what they can do. If you build them like this, they all have great synergy together. You know, if you can get as much guard as you can, it's gonna make your life easier. Your skeleton zombies are so straightforward. There's very few ways you need to go. Dirty players are a must. Wrestle fend is great. You know, they're the 2 key things you really need to be going. If you can get a few guard pieces, it's beautiful. Really does help. But like I say, you've just got to protect your goals because obviously they don't have regen, and they're your ball players. Your whites you've got to be killing with. They're the enforcers, and obviously your mummies will just naturally beat the living daylights of anything what gets near them. You know, but like I said, diving tackle, have a look at that, because diving tackle is a really good skill, and if you can bang into a corner cage and stand him next to the ball carrier, he ain't gonna like that, and it's gonna be so hard to push him away. So more times than not, they'll either red die you And if you've got block, well, then that's fantastic. And you will have block because you've took diving tackle second. Or they're going to try and dodge away. And if they try and dodge away, then obviously they're -2. The other option they can do is they can do a handoff to the next player. What they can do, and that's fine. And people say, yeah, Ben, look, what are you going to do now? Well, there's not much you can do. But that nice juicy ball carrier who just handed it off, guess what? Guess what? He's going to get smashed next time by your mighty blow mummy, who's going to get a free punch on him. You know, and obviously, if it depends how dominant you are, you could also have got some goals or something around there ready for the handoff anyway. So you're just trying to find skills what put maximum stress on your opponent, and to me that would be not a nice place for that. That wouldn't make your opponent very happy seeing a strength 5 diving tackle stand firm piece waving at your ball carrier. Obviously, the obvious build, the blodge stand firm mummy. You know, I wouldn't grumble with that. That is fantastic. Really offers maximum protection, and obviously break tackle as well is a nice skill to give you the option of breaking into the cage or just moving him to somewhere else if someone has put a peasant on him or something, trying to stick him in place. So that gives you that option as well. But to me, Undead are a really, really nice team. Most of the teams got regen as well. Decent armor, cheap fodder of 40k with your zombies or your skeletons. They really are a nice team. And, you know, I don't really know what else I can say about them. They're, you know, they're just great. They're just really, really nice team. And that's really it. We're done. Like I say, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Because like I say, we've got so much coming up. We're almost at the end of the race. Obviously, the race videos. Obviously, I've only got Norse to do now. But we've got tons more stuff being put on the channel. We've got the PS4 talk show, the Nuffle Shuffle, what talks about various things in Bloodbowl, and the Champion Ladder. We look through that every week. We've got Blood on the Box, what's the Xbox version of talk show, does exactly the same thing as the PS4 one does. We will have playoff videos of the playoff games. What's going to be amazing because it'll be the first time we've got 32 teams. The first time we'll see vampires, halflings, goblins, amazons, elven union, you name it, all the new 8 teams. So that's going to be exciting. We'll also have the PS4 Cup final. We'll also try and get some Xbox playoff games in there as well. So we've got tons to do there. We've got the Blood and Tears Private League talk show coming soon in about 3 weeks' time, plus their preview shows. Road to the playoffs. I'll be trying to get some of my games with my 6th place Chaos done as well. So there's tons and probably more I can't even think of off the top of my head what's coming to my channel. So the best thing to do is click that subscribe button because obviously it's free and it'll keep you up to date with all the content I will put on my channel. So there you go. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, any questions, please leave in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But that's me done. Have a good day. Stay classy. Take care. Good luck on the Blood Bowl pitch. And I'll see you in the next video when we'll see Norse. Grrr.
Zombie apocalypse.